Cup final, and that the fans are entitled to the truth because he wants to explain why they played the way they did. There's a reason they need to learn from, and they focused on a lot of deals because he thought that they were far enough into the journey to have been able to do that. But should have prioritised things the other way around with greater focus on their principles of play. So taking those defeats pretty personally himself and aiming to learn from them and push on. So Leicester City 2 goals down and a player down. Could be a long 45 minutes for them. Oh, again, Lambourne was wise to the danger. Out quickly to spread ourselves at the feet there. Leicester have scored just the 3 goals in the WSL this season. They have created chances that deserved a couple more than that, but they have not had many sights of goal. Just that Plumtree header that she got all wrong, and set pieces are going to be their main hope given the numerical disadvantage they're now suffering. That's into a decent area. Plumtree was up there again, and it's not been fully dealt with, and that was another handy sight of goal. Sophie Howard with the effort. And once again, it was a dead ball situation that could have proved Arsenal's undoing. Plumtree got up well, and the ball fell invitingly. Sophie Howard couldn't steer it in. Could easily have had a couple at Meadow Park, Leicester City. Test of the maturity of the Leicester side now. Here goes Nikita Paris. Miedemar waits through the centre. Mead's there as well. Paris! Lambourne makes the save. Well, she teed up Miedemar for an earlier goal. Decided she wanted a piece of the action herself here. But the defence looks stretched there. Corner taken short. Valti. Iwabuchi. Miedemar just nudged off it. No changes from her at the break in terms of personnel. Said that the players have been so receptive to everything that she's been doing on the training ground, and they've taken it completely in their stride. She told them right from the off she's not going to do anything unless she can give them a rationale as to why she thinks it's going to help them climb up the table and get points. Was challenging them to reproduce the level of performance which got them a draw and a subsequent penalty shootout victory over Manchester United in the Continental Tires League Cup last weekend. And to channel that belief and character tonight. It's going to take a performance full of character to avoid a heavy defeat, you'd have thought. He is a youthful side as well. The average age in the Leicester City starting 11 in the WSL this season is just over 24 years of age, the youngest of any team in the division. Plumtree was going for it. Sigsworth turning into trouble. McCabe's there. Oh, that's given away. Slipped on for Sigsworth almost. Although Arsenal are very much in charge, there have been a few nervy moments at the back. Katie McCabe in need of some running repairs here. Valti. And again, Arsenal having joy on the flanks. Miedemar racing after this one. And Miedemar still going. Wonderful stuff. All her own work. Again, though, Leicester look light out wide. Anytime it's pumped down the channels, they've had joy, whether it's been Paris or Miedemar. And here the Dutch star just couldn't quite find the angle after spinning back. Williams. Wubben-Moy. Free kick for Arsenal. Iwabuchi. High line from Leicester has played into Arsenal's hands, really. Almost did so again there, and Lambourne has spilled it and is indebted to Ashley Plumtree for coming to her rescue. Once again, the elevation causing anxiety for Leicester. Just a horrible moment for the Leicester keeper there. And here is Miedemar, surely. Oh, well, that is a collector's item. Miedemar missing from that kind of position does not happen often. But once again, Leicester stepping up, Arsenal stepping into the space. And she is struggling to come to terms with the fact that she's made a mess of that. Sigsworth chasing valiantly. Full-time in that game at Aston Villa, and Arsenal's North London rivals Tottenham Hotspur have won by 2-1, so that means Spurs move up to third in the table. Just 4 points adrift of second place Chelsea. Well, Leicester are going to make a change. It was a little bit of a surprise. We didn't see an alteration from them at half-time, really. Sophie Barker is the player to depart. So it will be Molly Pike, who certainly adds a bit of energy into the midfield area, who's on for her. Like for like, midfielder for midfielder, former Everton player, actually came through the youth ranks at Chelsea. She scored 14 goals in 17 appearances at youth level. Well, 10 minutes gone in the second half. Leicester will see it as job well done. Just struggling to cope with the movement and imagination of the Arsenal front line, particularly Miedemar and Nobbs, who are operating so well off each other. Flint, De Graaf. Plumtree upfield. Pike. Now Valti. Iwabuchi. Paris wants it again and nearly slipped through again. Leicester still haven't learnt their lesson. Paris will chase it down. Lambourne slices. Easy for Miedemar to get to. Paris closing down. It's been gifted to Miedemar. Danger here. Miedemar works it across. Patton. Deep. Paris waiting. Flag up for offside, I think. So saw one. Nobbs, who set Arsenal on their way with an opening goal. Moy. On from Boy. Patton. Mead. Haven't seen too much of Beth Mead this evening, but Arsenal haven't really needed her to hit top gear. Moy's got to be quick. Iwabuchi. Miedemar lets it run for Paris, who has just got a touch too early there. She doesn't agree. So there's going to be an Arsenal change. Triple change, in fact. Jonas Sandoval is taking off Boy. Miedemar always gets a big cheer when Kim Little is on, has been in blistering form this season. Katie McCabe's going to get a breather as well. Not able to add to her long list of assists this season, a lot of which have come from corners. Arsenal very threatening from dead ball situations, but the Irish international hasn't had many opportunities to put balls into the box. Steph Catley is on. And Jess Sigsworth is going to be withdrawn for Leicester City. She's really run her socks off up top. Smith will get an opportunity for half an hour. Lambourne. Lambourne.
Sideline, to the sideline. So what I'll do is I'll leave you for 5. You don't call the 5 when we come in.
Mackenzie Smith was that substitute for Leicester City. And confirmation that it was Beth Mead who was withdrawn for Kim Little. On here for the cross from Catley, and a chance. Well, she hasn't scored in the WSL since April before this evening. Looking for a second of the game here. Not quite the right angle. It's substitutions made with pushing on to try and get more goals in mind from Jonas Eidevall. Iwabuchi, Catley makes the offer. Little instead, and Little forces the save. Miedemar's waiting. Good defending from Sophie Howard. Look at the amount of room Iwabuchi had to work with here, and then Catley on the overlap as well. It's almost as though Leicester are playing with even more than just one player less. Good strong hand from Lambourne. Miedemar would have put away the rebound had it not been for Sophie Howard. Slip through here for Miedemar, and surely this time, oh, the deflection made it tricky. Well dealt with by Demi Lambourne. Well, Arsenal could have had an absolute sackful had it not been for Demi Lambourne between the sticks for Leicester today. Reacted well there. Flint. Given away to Miedemar, which is never a good idea. Leicester's next game is not exactly easy. They're at home to Manchester City. Then a pretty crunch game for them on paper when they host Birmingham City next weekend. The side that are just above them in the table. They have only 1 point on the board so far, Birmingham City. They and Leicester, the only teams not in double figures as of yet, so it is a big basement battle. Good turn from Iwabuchi. Miedemar, surely. Oh! Lamborn to the rescue. Terrific stop. On another day, Miedemar could have had a hat-trick and more. She will be mightily disappointed with herself. Sort of opportunity we have got so accustomed to seeing her bury with the minimum of fuss. Credit to Lamborn, though. 14 goals for Arsenal this season in all competitions for Miedemar. Lydia Bedford having a tough baptism as Leicester City boss. She's only been able to name 6 substitutes on the bench. All of them inexperienced players as well. Wubben-Moy. Just bounced away from Iwabuchi. Arsenal set to stretch their lead at the top to 4 points ahead of Chelsea after that slip up from them against Reading, which was mightily unexpected. Arsenal are back in Champions League action in midweek when they travel to Hoffenheim. And then their final game of 2021 is here again with Brighton and Hove Albion, the visitors, who are currently 4th in the table, enjoying a good season. Wubben-Moy sends it on. Patton. Paris has switched flanks now. Miedemar waits in the middle. Here's Paris. It's good, strong defending to block her path to goal. Arsenal have been a threat from set pieces this season, though normally when they're delivered by Katie McCabe. Not sure if that was luck or judgment from Sophie Howard there to let it run behind. They've scored 4 goals from corners in the WSL this season, Arsenal, the most of any team, and 3 of those were from McCabe's dead ball deliveries. But they've done a decent job without her from one here. Valti. That's not the greatest delivery. Now, what can Leicester do on the counter? Well, they've got runners. Pike. Still going. Going over after a very, very good covering challenge from Wubben-Moy. But there's not been much for the Arsenal backline to do, but Wubben-Moy did that perfectly. sure Leicester would view it as a moral victory if they could come through the second half without conceding. Over halfway towards managing to do that. Knobs. Oh, lovely. Miedemar chases. Lamborn's there. It's been off her line very, very speedily. Impressive performance from her. So Viviana Miedemar is off. One goal for her this evening. She will feel it should have been a lot more given the chances that came and went. So Frida Manum, the Norwegian international, gets a 20-minute run out. She hasn't scored for Arsenal since getting one in the WSL victory here over Everton in early October, but did grab 3 during the last international break for Norway, including in the 10-0 victory away to Armenia. Paris. Just a bit too much on that. Here's Catley. Little. They're queuing up in there. Little couldn't find a teammate, though. Iwabuchi. Oh, beautiful stuff.